Hello. Long time no see. Welcome to another episode of TMI Tuesdays. Too much information. I am your favorite host, Tonk 7. It's been a long time. I know this, but we are back and right in this for the start of the season of football. I'm so excited to be here. We got a decent lineup here tonight. I got everybody in the background. We got plenty of shows coming out here soon, but we got to start it off right with the week with TMI Tuesdays. We are back. And so this right here is our current lineup. We got El Capitan doing his thing mostly on the weekends and sometimes during the week. We got color. He got a bunch of stuff. He got color commentary. He got a cup of coffee with some color. And then he might be jumping in on the other shows when they're doing talking about fantasy football and things of that nature. And then we got Ali the Persian. He got his own show. And we're gonna have a little special show on the side, me and Ali, called Broken Takes, and we're going to focus in on like specific topics and really go into discussion about them, kind of similar to my show, but more around like one specific topic, maybe two, and just have like really deep discussions about it. We got since I've been back now, Shake Money is one of our new people. He's got his own show. Lewis, KP, Crypto, and then of course Tonk TMI Tuesdays. That is our full lineup of people that are actually going to have shows on here, so be on the lookout for that. We'll get a full list of the names of those shows out here soon. I think we already do, but I'm just getting back into the swing of things, and it feels good to be back. I'm really happy. I hit up Cap a couple weeks ago and I was like, I think I'm ready, man. I think I'm ready. And he had me back on like the next day on with the show with Color and Ali. What's up, everybody in the comments? What's up? What is up? Yo, We got all the YouTube members. We got a whole bunch of subscriptions on YouTube. Cap has done phenomenal job with this, especially the team that he's put together. I'm so happy to see the success he's had, and I'm glad to be a part of it still. And I love seeing everybody in the comments, everybody waiting and excited for the show. And I'm super excited. I got a new backdrop because I moved recently, but I'm still holding it down for Florida. I got the Seattle Storm hat on, the WNBA. I went to a game. It was freaking awesome. And then I got still rep Florida too, USF. We got the Gators. We got the Rays. We got the Dolphins. I got a Dolphins backup finally for the Fins tailgate. Let's go. So, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to just kick it off alone. Oh, here we go. There they are.
What is up, man?
What's up, everybody?
What a comeback, huh? What a comeback.
What's poppin'?
Yeah.
Hey, Shake Money, I want to apologize to Shake Money. I'm sorry for missing the show. I got tired and bogged down on
That's all
that
good.
cesspool called Twitter. It was a cesspool called Twitter. I was freaking swimming around in toxic slime that I couldn't freaking get out of. So
that's
my
all
bad,
good, my
Shake
brother.
Money.
Yeah.
Tonk, I have a question for you since you're in the Washington area, right? And you went to a Seattle, what is it called? Seattle what? The WNBA game?
Oh, the Seattle Storm, yeah.
Okay. So my question is, when are they going to bring the Seattle Sonics back to Seattle?
All right, so, oh man, that's a great topic I should have put on there. All right, so the NBA expanded for 2 teams, that they made that actual expansion.
Yeah.
We are supposed to get one of the teams because we just built a new arena where the Storm play and where the hockey team plays, and there is a locker room there that says NBA. Now, I haven't seen anything in writing that says we're getting a team, but they expanded it for the West, 2 teams, and where else were they? I think from what I've read and learned, Vegas and Seattle are getting a team. I don't know if it's going to be the Sonics.
I would hope because it bring back history, man. Bring them home. That's all. That's all
I would be up for it. But just to get another another NBA team back here again, it would just be phenomenal. And I'm really excited for that. But I mean, we don't know when it's going to happen. So the NBA did expand though. So something happen, and actually it's probably going to require a Western team to be moved over to the East, like maybe Memphis or what's that North team? Timberwolves might move over. But
it makes sense, man. It's always growing. You got to.
We have the structure for it.
Yeah, I would see that Sonics. They would probably rebrand it just so they can have like a throwback of the Sonics about jersey sales. Let's be real.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see what they did with the XFL, even though it's a different league. We had in 2020, we had the Dragons. And then when they lost everything again and came back last season, it's the Sea Dragons. So same color and same format, but just a little different. And actually, I have some of the towels from the first season in 2020. So I've been at those games waving the towel like crazy. So maybe we'll get the Sonic Hedgehogs, or I don't know, like.
But that reminds me of that the Titans are going to Houston with the throwback Oilers. That'd be funny if Oklahoma goes back to Seattle with the Seattle Seahawks as the
Sonics. Yeah. That would be awesome, bro. Bring back history.
That'd be a little touchy though, because like they were kind of stolen from here. The owner of the now Oklahoma City, he said he wasn't going to take the team away.
That's how it always works.
I wasn't around. Of course, I wasn't around here. That was in like 2008 is like when that happened. So like, that was just a long time ago. So I don't remember like anything about it, but from like learning from people here, they were basically stolen.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I'm not going to Alabama.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So speaking of Crypto saying he was doing something toxic, I went to the game on Saturday, the preseason Seahawks versus the Cowboys. It was awesome. So much action, both sides. It was a great game. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is weather and climate affecting sports, because I haven't lived here long enough. Like we have forest fires in different areas of this region, but the smoke doesn't always transfer over here. The last time it was this bad was 2020, I think, where like this, you couldn't even really see the city when you're driving up to it. And so I haven't paid that much attention to that weather reports and never really have. And so I went to the game on Saturday and it was smoky the whole time. And so I got really, really sick from it. Sunday, I woke up, I was feeling really, really bad. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was because of the weather. And it was just, it's one thing to read about it and see it and hear about it. It's another thing to live it and actually have it affect you. And it got me thinking, like, Florida gets hurricanes.
Apparently California gets hurricanes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
like I didn't even look in the weather. I'm like, I didn't know they had hurricanes over here. I know they have like typhoons.
Typhoons. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Typhoons, but those are on the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, they spin the other direction.
Yeah, like toilets in Australia.
Yeah, it's all
and
weird. Doesn't even make no damn sense.
But it's like, is this something that we need to look forward to? Because I mean, the next time I go to an outdoor event here in the summertime,
yeah, but Tonk, let's call it like it is. They use the weather as a weapon. They're weaponizing the weather.
Oh yeah, they got a big weather. Hell out of me.
They got a that I don't know. I don't know what it is. They use it as a weapon. They can make hurricanes out in the ocean, and they shoot them up places.
It's called HARP.
And they do that because it's good for business. Let's be real. It's great for business. Destruction needs to be rebuilt, and rebuilt costs money, and it stimulates the economy. And that's why they do it. Now, setting the fires, because that shit was arson, bro. They've been catching people setting some of these fires, as we know. They always go, "Hey, look here, we got the guy." That to me is I don't know. It could be a multitude of things. Maybe there's, I don't know. I'll tell you what, if where all this shit's burning down up there reveals some lithium mine that they start putting to work, it won't be that fucking crazy to think of then, will it? Some kind of mining goes on afterwards or some shit like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know what mining we're going to find in Hawaii. But,
Hawaii is just about real estate.
But I mean, growing up, I never heard of Canada on fire. Right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you generally hear the forest fires are primarily in California and
now
areas along there
where it gets dry and shit.
It's great. Like that was kind of one good thing about COVID was that I bought a whole bunch of like reusable masks that and I can buy filters. So like I'm good to go if there's like a smoky forest fire event. Cause I mean, I was messed up
for
crazy. Like that was in like I have oxygen tanks that I bought off Amazon that I use when I climb Mount Rainier and I climb Mount Hood. I would just bring it with me and take a couple hits. I was sucking that thing down all day Sunday trying to feel better, and it actually helped.
Damn, so you get carbon monoxide sickness and shit.
I'm learning something new about you all the time.
Crazy.
Damn,
Tonk's got some interesting shit going, dog.
I didn't know you were a mountain climber. That's pretty interesting.
I climbed to the top of Mount Hood 4 years ago when I lived in Oregon, and I was probably maybe 1,000, 2,000 feet from the top of Mount Rainier. But the thing is, when you climb mountains, right, of course it's high, it's really high, but you're going inwards too. So you're walking really, really far and up. So like by the time you get really high up there, it's like you got to walk back down, and it's so far of a distance. And I never prepared like to sleep up there. I just brought clothes and some water, and what I did eventually start doing was bringing those life straws, and I would just drink right from the water as I was walking up, so I wouldn't have to carry water with me.
Fucking genius.
That is dope.
I gotta carry water. I gotta carry my life straw cup.
Speaking of, they're super handy. Speaking of weather controlling devices, there's a company called HARP, and they're located in Australia. And there's a video on YouTube of them trying to shoot down a UFO. So it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And the person who told me about it It was my first semester of college. It was this dude from the military. And he just randomly said, he just randomly said this to me. He's like, oh, yeah, we're trying to shoot down UFOs. I'm like, what? I mean, he was just totally nonchalant telling me this. And he showed me the video, and it shows it's called STS 1040 or something like that. STS 240. It's a satellite. So it shows Earth, and you see like this thing floating around, and you see like this bright flash of light on Earth, and you see a laser fly through the sky, and then the UFO just like quickly moves out of the way. And I was just like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, good luck shooting it down, bitches.
Dude, it was I mean, that thing had to move probably 200 miles per second to get out of the way. It was insane. But
you know what's funny is the first time I heard of HARP was Jesse Ventura talking about it.
I remember
it's real.
Jesse would talk about that shit. Hell yeah, it's real. All that shit's real. So don't tell me Californians are all of a sudden getting hit with fucking hurricanes.
Yeah, I didn't even. I was just like, what are you talking about?
And you know, where did it hit? Right
I don't know.
Where they wanted it to. Right where they wanted it to. Right there with all the freaking Skid Row people they're trying to get cleaned up out of that bitch. Gonna scatter them all across the wind. They'll be all over the fucking United States before we know it.
40 days of 40 nights of freaking people.
Yeah, it'll be a fucking vampires all over the goddamn place.
But you know what's crazy? We got hit with a Hurricane Ian last September. Or was it October? Sorry, last October. The neighbors in front of me just got their roofs done from the
Brand
hurricane.
new roof.
Yeah, from the hurricane. That's how backed up they were from doing.
Yeah, that's what sucks. But think of how. Listen, right before I left, the economy was starting to really cinch up tight in that area. 2 months later, it gets decimated with a hurricane. If I'd have just hung out 2 more months, I'd have cleaned up. Again,
Yeah, but thank God we have
goes.
that the Gulf Stream there though. It's definitely saved us from a lot of hurricane. And I started the way I live out here is like when I hang stuff on walls or I put stuff on things that are like shelves, I make sure the shelves have to where if an earthquake happens, nothing's gonna fall off of it.
Fucking earthquakes. Fuck an earthquake.
Because they're like they first told me, said, look, be careful hanging stuff up above your head where you sleep.
Yeah, because someone's gonna come down and knock you. Yeah,
right,
come down and fucking bust your whole face open.
I want to hang all my stuff right here and die.
Let me put this big ass snow globe right above my face.
Let me put my Ginsu knives connection.
Let me put my Ginsu knife set.
my knife
my sharpening stone. Come right down on your shit.
All right. So
let's
get into the next one.
All right.
College. Oh, this is my favorite. So, in my opinion, this is what's happening right now. Before, what was it? Name, image, and likeness happened. Let's say college football was like a pond, just calm and steady. And then name, image, likeness happened, and someone threw a big ass rock in the pond, and it just totally just shook up everything, right? And now everything is going all over the place. And that's why conferences are, I don't know why conferences are jumping ship the way they are. I'm not necessarily for it or against it.
Yeah, it primarily has to do with the money investment, bro. Like the ACC, I think, is the next one that's going to jump, and I'll tell you why. They don't have the contracts that the SEC or the Big Ten have. That's why teams are begging to come to the Big Ten or the SEC, because they have the best TV deals. They with the Big Ten network and then the SEC network as well as ESPN all involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where all the money is at. All the money is either invested in the SEC or the Big Ten, and that's why teams
that
are like
ACC
begging,
network
knocking at the
is
door.
not worth the purchase, is what he's saying. And here's the deal: this is a byproduct of the NILs. Players are getting shoveled out dough. They got to start making money. Name, image, and likeness has gone up in a premium. They need to
now
use
it's
that.
more expensive.
You're damn right.
The
And
sport
if
is
you
more
want,
expensive.
if you want to pay these young athletes that are coming out of high school now, and then also babysit them, because now you've handed an 18-year-old kid $700,000.
Mhm.
I don't know what y'all are doing at 18 with $700,000. I know what Capitan is doing with $700,000 at 18
I'm gonna look like the
years old.
players from Ohio State getting tattoos and speeding tickets.
Bro, that'd be the least of my motherfucking worries at 18 years old. I have a whole hotel rented out, running hustles out that
But
bitch.
what's crazy is
God
God damn.
Washington, where I live, UW in Oregon went to the Pac-10. I went to the game last year when Michigan State was here. It was insane. So
Yeah.
that
So
competition, I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to. I think the competition is going to improve also.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but like I hope that like it doesn't.
Here's the real
We
deal.
don't lose too much.
Mhm.
That we're all like.
They're gonna want to
crazy.
keep the Canes out of it because they've been letting the Gators hide from the Canes forever.
Yeah,
Talking
right.
They've
about.
been letting the Gators
what
hide
sport?
the Canes
In what
forever.
Listen.
sport?
Always matching them
Yeah.
up with the Seminoles as if it's
Yeah.
something there. It's bullshit.
Listen.
And the time
You guys have
is
been dodging the
nigh.
Canes. You know, I'm an Ohio
Yeah,
State
we
fan.
we
and I
don't
know
we,
that.
we don't we don't
lot.
dodge the Canes. We just don't play trash teams. That's all that is.
Okay. All right. Well,
Hold on.
Hey-
We played them. So the contract ended, right? But I think we renewed it.
No,
Did
they've
we
been
renew
running.
the
As
contract?
soon
No.
as that contract ended, they've been running away from the.
No, the
negotiation
SEC.
Yeah.
Here's the
table
thing:
ever
we could only
since,
play.
bro.
We could only play two out of conference games, and we had to cut one of them.
yeah, you can only
We're-
play
we're
2.
gonna
They,
cut
they
Florida
changed
State.
the rules
We'd
a
rather
little
play
bit.
Never
Citadel.
It was the SEC. It was the SEC that made us take
Yeah.
you off the schedule. So
Well,
You know,
I mean,
I
we
was
lost
thinking-
FSU for a season too, but that was
Yeah,
during
because-
COVID though.
yeah.
That was because of COVID.
I was thinking about the Pac-12, right? And what you were talking about, how they're jumping ship and stuff. Ohio State kind of was the prelude to that because Ohio State canceled their deal with University of Washington for 2023 through 25 or whatever it was because of the money problems that Washington was having. They even keep good faith. They even threw $500,000 to University of Washington. Here, come play at home at our house. Here's $500,000 to make it happen, and they still couldn't get the money right, bro. That's how bad the
that
issues are
stadium
with it.
was completely packed. I think I went to 2 games last season. I know I went to at least 2. It might have been 3, but it was packed. And I mean, I went to UW basketball games too, and it was packed. And like, I don't know, it's just crazy to see it and watch it. But hopefully it'll make the games better. I think it'll make the games better and the competition better.
And
Yeah.
by the way, the next week Thursday, on this very network, I will be calling with the man to the whatever side this is. We're gonna be calling the Florida versus the Utes. What is a Ute? The Utes, baby.
Is that the Utah? Is it Utah that you're talking about? Or
Yeah,
who,
the Utes.
Who are the Utes?
So that's
Who are
2
the-
seasons in a row we play Utah first.
Yeah, because we did that. First game was in Gainesville. This game is gonna be in
Utah.
Yeah, and next year we're playing some D2 school called the University of Coral Gables.
Yeah, Utes. The Utes, by the way.
University of Coral Gables?
Yeah.
How old is it? What? I never even...
Yeah, just so you're aware, the Utes is actually in honor of the American Indian tribe for which the state of Utah is named after.
The Utes.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
That was you ever seen the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
Oh, the 2 Utes. What are Utes?
It's been too long since I remember that. I just remember him walking out because of the freaking owl. And he like goes outside to try to shut the owl up. He shoots his gun off a bunch of times. And then he goes back in the house and then the owl keeps hooting. But all right. So next, what we got?
And one thing I want to, before we go to next, I want to say one thing too is you got before the NIL deals, right? A lot of the top recruits wanted to come to the SEC. You know what I'm saying? Because of expose. They want all the big games are SEC, so
Yeah,
there were more
absolutely.
exposure. So I think Texas and Oklahoma was trying to come to SEC to see if they could land better recruits as well.
All right. I see what you're saying, but like Oklahoma and Texas are. I mean, Texas has its own network. Oklahoma, like they're famous, but it's been a long time since they've really won much. They're always in the mix of it. Like Oklahoma's been in bowl games. I can't remember the last time Texas was, but it's just hard to imagine Texas is having trouble. Maybe since Texas A&M left for the SEC, maybe they're having trouble. But I do believe the best football is played in the SEC, and that is the best conference. And I think we will be even better with Oklahoma and Texas. I'm super excited for them to join. I'm just curious to see, are they going to move over a West team to the East to make it work? I think they're going to have to, right?
I think, Oklahoma's going to the East.
Oh, Oklahoma's going to be in the East.
Yeah, and then Texas is going to be the West. But here's one of the things I want to bring up too was the fact that Archie Manning said he wanted to play for an SEC school, and lo and behold, he's playing at Texas now. He committed to Texas.
Arch Manning.
Arch Manning, yeah, Arch Manning.
Who is he playing for?
I can't hear you. Texas. He's Texas. Playing. He's going to be playing for Texas next year.
That's going to be so crazy to say Texas is an SEC.
Don't we have one more year of Quentin Ewers though as the Texas quarterback? Former Ohio State Buckeye Quentin Ewers.
Yeah, he's gonna sit his freshman year. Arch Manning said he's gonna sit his freshman year. So,
that's true. Okay.
Until he takes the job, let's be real.
That's going to be awesome to watch another Manning,
and then he'll end up going to the NFL anyway. So
he's going to be constantly compared to his uncles, I think, right? His uncles.
Yeah, a lot of eyes are going to be on him.
Whose son is that? Is he?
He's not. He's the one. The son of the guy who never played.
The one
there
brother
was a brother that
played.
did play, but he got injured. I think that's the.
So he's got a grandpa and two uncles that are fucking all.
Yeah,
super.
Because Archie is the grandfather. He's like,
I mean, listen, if anyone was gonna hit the genetic lottery and have
I know it's him.
It's got to be him, dude. Right? It's like literally, I spend time with my uncles and my grandpa, and I learned how to be a pro quarterback. Wah.
Does anybody know if Quentin Ewers still has the mullet?
No,
this guy had a crazy mullet.
Archie Manny's the third came over there and fucking held him down and shaved that shit right off.
He gave him a reverse mohawk.
Yeah, he gave
reverse mohawk.
Yep,
a reverse mohawk.
Yep,
man.
Oh man.
All right, next topic, Tonk.
All right, so I chose these specific teams and players because I think this is where a lot of the focus is going to be. It's definitely Jets and Rodgers and what they're going to do. Especially being in the East, how much is it going to affect the AFC East? We'll see. Like, can he do it like Brady did, or is he going to do it like Russell Wilson did? What do y'all think? Is he going to be more like Brady?
I think he's going to Brett Favre it. That's what I think.
Brett Favre where? And Brett Favre in New York or Brett Favre
in New
Vikings?
York?
Yeah. Listen, so. I honestly think that Rodgers has not had the best grade when playing against the AFC East. The Bills game, he looked very minimal last season. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to be pretty, to be honest. Like I think eventually maybe he'll get it right, but at first I don't think it's going to look pretty. Just being honest.
Whose symbol is that?
By the way, I love the. Can you imagine what the kids would look like? Holy crap! But anyway,
what the dolphin in the buffalo? I mean, hey, I wouldn't put it past the dolphin to actually do that, though.
I mean, whatever.
Like the animal,
they don't hold back. So, as far as I see with Rodgers coming to that team, I mean, look. He had a thumb injury. I feel like even before the thumb injury, as the years have come down, the velocities come off a little bit on the arm. Will it show up and show out, and he'll still be Rodgers, out there slinging it? Is it going to last all year? Is it going to last in the postseason if they get there? It's a lot of ifs, but the one thing you cannot underestimate is his pettiness. He might look to just thumb everyone in the eye. If he thinks that that's what it's going to take to hurt everyone's feelings and make all his doubters, feel a certain kind of way, then yeah, they should be all right. But the reality is, yeah, they've got some weapons on offense. They just picked up Cook, an aging running back, a guy who everyone thought was going to go to the Dolphins. I would have taken him, but I wasn't interested in breaking a bank for him. And I'm glad we didn't pay what he got, because I wouldn't. And then also they've got Wilson, the young wide receiver. They have some okay weapons with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers. I see it. He can elevate all the talent on the team, but they have big questions in the O-line and that scheme and it operating well. And can Nathaniel Hackett?
That's not good for Rodgers.
No, it's not. And can Nathaniel Hackett, being close to Aaron Rodgers, can they get this offense operating the way they can? Because the defense is legit. They've got top 5 defense. I think they were ranked 3rd last year. Their defense is legit as hell. Very stingy defense, very good defense, but they didn't play a lot of top tier talent. They had, I think, 7 or 8 backup quarterbacks last year that the defense went against. So there's still a lot of questions with the team, but
I think wide receiver is a question mark for them. Outside of Garrett Wilson, who do they have? They have Alan Lazard. They have Randall Cobb, which is older than hell. And then who do they have? They also have Corey Davis, who this is just rumors that I've seen posted on Twitter, that that actually might be a surprise cut. Corey Davis might get cut by the Jets.
That doesn't surprise me. He's lost a step. He looks slow and fat. So
there you go. So I'm just saying, what are they going to do at receiver, man? Once Garrett Wilson goes down there, who are they going to throw to? Old man Cobb?
I don't know.
They're going to put that guy in a nursing home.
For the way he left and went to the Jets, he has to feel something. He has to feel very confident.
Yeah, there's a fire. There's going to be a fire.
So,
here's the thing I'm wondering, though, when it comes to Rodgers with the Jets. If it starts falling apart in that New York media, I'm just saying a 3-game slide, that New York media starts in on him, does he do what he's done over in Green Bay? He makes an enemy out of the organization by throwing them under the bus, because it certainly was never his fault.
Oh yeah.
And does that manifest itself and come into some form of wedge between the head coach they have, Robert Saleh, and the offensive coordinator buddy that he has in Nathaniel Hackett? That to me is the story. It is a powder keg. If this happens and they find a 4-game losing streak at any point during the season, especially in like the mid part of the season before the final quarter, do not take your eyes off the shit show that's going to happen there, because the way I see it is,
I'm excited.
I am excited too, because they could very well pin a failure on this head coach and give Aaron Rodgers what he wants, or what they perceive to what he wants. Because that's, if he's getting fired, it's because Aaron Rodgers has blamed him.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel Hackett comes in, and now Aaron Rodgers runs this team top to fucking bottom, which is exactly what he wants. To me, I wouldn't put it past Rodgers to underplay to get what he wants. I don't know what's going on in that guy.
I don't know. I don't.
I'm telling you, bro, his boy Hackett. I'll tell you what, that offense comes out humming, and now Nathaniel Hackett's getting talked about in coaching jobs again. Don't put it past Aaron Rodgers to fucking sit out a game and get it pinned on the defense any way he can to try to keep what he wants. I do not trust that guy. I like him. I think he's a great football player, but I think he's a snake of a guy. Which, hey, listen, A snake's a good thing to have. Ask Jake the Snake, bro. You have a Jake the Snake, fight the shit out your ass right
Hell
now.
no.
So you can have a
Those
snake.
things are horrible.
Yeah, it's
I
a
hate
good weapon.
snakes.
I bet you, Crypto, you seem like a guy that would hate snakes. You do.
But,
Even though I like spiders, but I don't like snakes. I love spiders, but not snakes.
I don't really care. Nothing. You live in Florida, dude. You got to deal with it all. You know what I'm saying?
Not up here.
I'm not a big fan of spiders, but
I love spiders. I got them tattooed all over my body.
You do?
Yeah, at least 5 of them.
You're shitting me, Crypto. I gotta see these spiders.
I've met Crypto. Yes, he has spiders all over him.
I got a rhino tattooed on me.
I got a tattoo that you got to pay me to show you.
Crypto has one of those. Crypto has one of those.
It says only
Mike Tyson tattoos. That's a spider over his face.
All right, so
not that.
But one thing I want to say real quick.
I'm messing.
One thing I want to add real quick about 2 things. One thing I want to add about Aaron Rodgers. The fact is last year, right? He got all these new receivers instead of going to training camp and working out timing and things like of that nature. He was off drinking ayahuasca somewhere.
Yep, he was out.
Come week 1
with his soul.
Yeah, and come week 1, of course the timing wasn't there, and he blamed the receivers for the breakdown. I'm like, well, if you would have went there and worked that out during training camp when you're supposed to, none of this shit would have happened. And secondly, if you look at Tampa Bay, hindsight being 2020, one of the reasons I think they won the Super Bowl was because Bruce Arians didn't let Tom Brady have his way. Like, listen, this is not how we do things. You know what I'm saying? He made sure that they played as a team, and you know, Bruce Arians was kind of like the Bill Belichick and said, no, we're not gonna, you know, this is not a one-man show. The second they got rid of Bruce Arians, they didn't go back to the Super Bowl.
That ain't no lie.
Yeah, I know. I was really upset when Bruce Arians retired because I think he's a great head coach. I mean, look what he did, you know, with the Cardinals. He brought them as far as went with a third string quarterback. Yeah, but then they ended up getting injured. And yeah, that was kind of shocking, honestly.
That was an exciting season that year for that team. I paid attention to that story because they had that show on that year. I forget the name of it. It was on Amazon, but man, that was a crazy season that they had that year. Real quick, Delusional Patriots fan asks, who's most likely to have a tramp stamp on the panel? I've got my pick.
Yeah, you.
What?
I've got
what kind of question is that?
Who's most likely to have a tramp stamp on the panel?
Cap.
No, I'm saying Shake, and it's only because Shake takes his shirt off and he's got that tramp stamp, and it's like, I like to party. That's all it is. It's just like a nice, I like to party, Shake. Do you have a tattoo back there, Shake?
No.
Nah, damn.
So when is it? So let's say that a dude has a whole bunch of tattoos on his back, and then he gets one by the tramp stamp area. Is that still considered a tramp stamp?
Nah, not if the tattoos interconnect.
It has to be so many inches above it.
Yeah,
above
like a
the
tramp stamp
tailbone.
is like an individual tattoo right on the middle back. You know, like
right on the tailbone, right at the kidney.
There's a guy in the community.
No, not the tailbone. That's
he goes by Batman. He has Tua is him tramp stamped on his backside.
Damn.
He does. All right. So
yeah, he does. Batman would be most likely.
The Dolphins and Tua, obviously around here, it's going to be a big hot topic item, but also throughout the NFL. I mean, everyone's watching. Tua was the most efficient quarterback last year. Really had great numbers when healthy, but concussions took him off of the trajectory, and some poor play towards the end there. Let's not forget about that. He had such a great start in middle of the season that the 3 or 4 games he struggled in at the end of the year didn't counterbalance how great of a year he had, even and then missing the remainder of the season. But we can't, hot topic item, does this guy stay healthy all year? If he doesn't, what is it? Is it concussions? Is it the hip? Is it something new? These are big questions. This team, as we sit on the precipice of potentially adding Jonathan Taylor, the running back that's out there, and we'll save that for a different day. This team is loaded even before him. You put him on this football team right now, I don't see how The whole NFL is watching. And it's all going to hinge on whether Tua remains healthy. And if he does, is he effective in a way that everyone believes he can be? You've seen him in college, the bright lights, the big moments, he shows up. We've seen him in some games now do it in the NFL. Can he do it on the main stage? Because look, here's the deal. The Bills have found themselves in the playoffs the last couple of years. Since the end of the Patriots dynasty, the Bills have found themselves in the playoffs with their potential quarterback for the dynasty. But he hasn't proven he can get the big win game. That's it. And they're still asking a big question. And you know what? How long do you sit in limbo waiting to find that answer? How many coaches do you go through? How many players do you go through?
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to discuss this, because I think we have a good head coach. I do think he is a good head coach, and I think that he works well with Tua. I think the games that we won, we looked really, really good. In the games that we lost, we might have won if he didn't get injured. I just think that there's a lot of decisions. There's a lot of answers that are going to be answered this season, whether Tua can stay healthy for various reasons, whether he can do it, and how well the head coach manages the team. I think it's I'm hoping for the best, because I want to see them. I want to see them make it to the playoffs and even win a playoff game. I mean, it's been 2016 was really the last time.
I think it was 2008 was our last victory in the playoffs. It's been over 20 years. We've been to the playoffs in 2016. We got to the playoffs last year, but it's only been for first round exits.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's unbecoming to us as a fan base, especially us guys in our 30s and older, that we grew up with such prominence, such respect, such rich heritage for the turnover that we had in the 3 or 4 years before Ross to everything we've had during the Ross administration, we'll call it for lack of a better term. It has been cut rate to what we expect out of this football team. And I really hope that the fans, these younger fans that make up a mass populace of the fan base these days, these guys that are 30 and younger, I hope that they realize that we expect more and that relevance isn't enough. It's about championships here. It's why we walked away from Shula.
If it doesn't happen this season, they might have to cut Tua.
If it's Tua to solely blame, then yeah, I would agree with you. Now look, they're in the second round of the playoffs, and
if we win a playoff game, that's a totally different.
They gotta go and win the playoff.
We gotta win at least one playoff game. I don't think it's success unless we win at least one playoff. If we win one, I'm good. Like, we're good. Like,
and depending on how you lose the second, could mean it too. You could win one.
Yeah, because I mean,
and then shit the bet on the second, and we're like, yo.
For all we know, it's going to be the Chiefs in the second round, or maybe.
No, I'm going to play the Lewis card. One playoff win is not enough for me, bro. No, you got to get to at least the AFC Championship game. You don't. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this just to make an appearance? I don't want the participation trophy. I want the fucking.
I'm with you,
I want
Ali,
a fucking medal, or at least place me somewhere 1 through 3 or 1 through 4. God damn.
I'm gonna base it on this. The next time I hear that we're the greatest team in the history of civilization, I'm gonna say Super Bowl or bust.
Yes and no. Listen, I'm in agreement, but not. I'm willing to also see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If the Super Bowl champions, whoever they may be, we lose to in the second round in a heartbreaker, you know what I'm saying? Something in the last second, something in the last minute, just a heartbreaker, and that team just beats everyone's ass on their way to the Super Bowl. I would measure that differently than I would if they fucking were in the second round and got dog walked by that team or another. I would be like, this team is a fraud. You know what I'm saying? So
is that New England Patriots? Are you saying, Capitan?
Oh
Are
man,
you saying that New England like the New England did last year?
I'll smash everything.
It's gonna be a tough season. I think it's gonna be a tough season. I think the AFC East is gonna be, if not the first, the second best division in the entire NFL.
So Bucks with Bakery, I see you got up here.
So he and I wrote that before. I'm pretty sure it was before he got named starter, because I think it was yesterday he got named starter.
Today. I thought they
or today,
confirmed.
yeah.
I mean,
so
it was what everyone anticipated, but it's been confirmed now. Yeah,
I'm super excited about that. I think Baker Mayfield is a good. I think he's a really good quarterback. I don't know how they're going to manage him well. I'm not too much of a fan of Todd Bowles, to be honest. I'm not really a fan of him at all. But I like
a defensive coach, not a great offensive.
Well, he just said just stay a coordinator.
It's hard, man.
But I think Baker can do it. I think he has the talent to, because I always resort back to when he first came onto the field during an NFL game when he was with the Browns, and how just the feel of the game changed and they won. And it was just when he took over, I think that he has the ability to do all that. I mean, he's a Heisman winning quarterback. So, I want to see him as our starter and our franchise quarterback. I think they made a good decision with Baker Mayfield.
I'll be interested to watch for sure.
I tell you what, one thing about Baker Mayfield, he has the right attitude for Florida. He has that Florida man attitude, that swagger, that Florida.
It certainly isn't going to be boring to watch.
Shake, you mean the attitude that like Miami has from back in the heyday, from the Hurricanes and the Gators never had? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about that. No, I'm talking about the one where we beat Florida of Ohio State 41-14.
There you go.
The type of attitude that when people like Ray Lewis and other players,
Michael
I'm talking
Irvin,
about
when we beat Florida, when we beat Ohio State 41-14.
No, like what happens
out of the water.
I'm talking about the Hurricanes. He's trying to bring the Buckeyes. He's just deflecting and bobbing weaving.
Exactly. I'm talking about how we trashed that Ohio State Buckeyes. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who won the first,
now it's.
I don't care. We beat y'all 41-14. Buckeyes.
Okay, go fuck yourself. I don't care.
I don't care. Be careful saying that. Sounds like you're saying something else when you say it quickly like that.
I think we found out who has the tramp stamp.
Yep.
Was it the Buckeyes?
The fuck guys, yeah, the fuck guys.
So
the fuck guys.
For one, Miami is turning into a basketball school.
Yeah.
So what's turning into a basketball school?
Miami.
What happened? How we get here? Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, we're talking about Baker Mayfield. Now we're going back to basketball.
You were the one who brought up the Gators and something. Exactly. I forgot what you were saying.
You guys keep dodging, bro. I'm bringing up the Hurricanes, and he's bringing up Ohio State. What is Ohio State?
Yeah, we beat Ohio State 41-14.
Bucks.
That's what I mean.
When was the last time you beat the Hurricanes?
Last year, 2019. So thank you very much. We beat them in Orlando.
So 2019 was last year. Okay. All right.
I mean, 20 Orlando, whatever.
The last time we played them, the last time
2019, whatever. It doesn't matter. We beat them, so it don't matter.
Yeah, it kind of matters.
We beat them.
But I recall the last time the Gators played Miami, the Gators won.
Exactly, in Orlando. With Kyle, who's that?
Let's see.
Who's that? Felipe Franks as the quarterback.
What does this have to do?
Felipe Franks.
Yeah,
my man. All right, so Seahawks. Geno Smith.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, their new wide receiver. I saw him play live, and that dude.
Whoa! Wait, is that the kid that just went down with injury? That broke his wrist or something?
He has a broken bone in his wrist. The rumor is that he may miss 1 week. Yes.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He got injured. Really?
He says he'll be ready for game 1, but I think they'll bring him back in game 2, bro. But you still got Tyler Lockett there. You got Metcalf is still there. Come on, man. I think they're okay.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see them play live on Saturday. So that's what
Jackson
I was
Smith and
referring to.
Jigba is legit deal. And you know who trained him?
He's
You
getting
want to know who his
surgery.
coach was? Brian Hartline.
Oh God, everything
For
comes back
real?
to Ohio now.
He went to Ohio State.
Yeah,
so
Brian
you want to bring in the
Hartline,
Buckeyes.
yeah.
Now it's time to talk
He
about
played.
it.
Brian Hartline played for the Dolphins too.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything. It's
He
like
was. He
it's like
was on
that
the
game
team.
with Kevin Bacon.
He was on the team when they went to the playoffs in 2016.
You're actually right. It is kind of like Kevin Bacon because all the good wide receivers come from Ohio State. They're a wide receiver school. That's the
Yeah, because Percy Harvin went to Ohio State.
What I just missed? What I missed? I just got back.
I'll tell you what you missed. An announcement at the TFTG.com, TFTGnetwork.com. A new addition to the store there. The smell.
Mhm.
Oh, hold on.
Smell of
It's the
Smell of
scented
victory?
candle. The scented candle TFTG craft sea salt. The smell of
Oh,
victory.
man.
Personally made by HB.
Yes, HB makes these himself.
Okay,
It's
That's what's
sea
up.
salt.
that's what I'm talking about.
Orchard
The smell
too.
of victory TFTG crafted. In absolute amazingness and awesomeness.
Remember,
So make sure
candles
you
and
Smell
guys
of
carpet don't
victory.
mix.
make sure you guys are
This
checking
makes
that
sure you
out.
don't have carpet in the house when you buy one.
Carpet? Why? You want that stank in there? The stank of
Yeah,
goodness.
Dolphins realtor. I agree.
No,
I think he's going to miss the
said
first
don't
game,
have
even though
the
he says he
carpet.
wants to be there.
So, all right. So, to me, the real question is: Geno Smith a fraud, a fake,
No.
or is
Or
he
a
the
one-hit
guy
wonder?
that they saw?
No.
Or yeah, the one-hit wonder.
Pete Carroll has revived Geno
He
Smith's
found himself.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that this season is going to look
He's
really,
been
really good.
revived.
Plus, they have a good backup quarterback.
Well, they're
Their backup is good too.
the Niners.
Let's also
are in
not
it.
forget they have two really good running backs behind him now.
That's
also.
right.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
so that can help him a lot.
But the NFC West is going to be determined on
Yeah, I think he's
how
he's
well Brock
got a
Purdy
better
does.
situation
That
now.
ain't no lie.
Because-
that 49ers team is stacked.
Oh,
on both
dude.
sides.
Brock Purdy is the man this season.
But they saying Brock Purdy is not doing well in camp.
Yeah, he's
That's what
thrown
I'm
already.
hearing.
I think I want to. Don't quote me on this, but I was told he's already thrown more than 12 interceptions in training camp.
Yeah, the fix is in, boys. The fix.
I mean,
is
that
in.
injury, though, like it's almost one of the worst injuries you can have as a quarterback. So that's why I said, like, because I was talking to a couple dudes when I was at the game because they saw me. I had like a Seahawks hat on. I had a Florida Gators jersey on. You know, I had like a Dolphins lanyard on. They're like, "Who are you?"
I'm everybody, bitch.
They're like, "Who is this guy?" I got like a Portland Trailblazer shirt underneath that. So,
No,
but
one thing I want to add real quick is I think one of the smartest things Geno Smith did was not take a big contract. He took a, I think he took a kind of a discount. He didn't take the big.
a modest deal. He took a modest deal. It was
Exactly.
smart.
So
Well,
he
I
was
mean,
able to build around him.
yeah, and I mean, well, plus the
Yeah,
Seahawks are kind of
Yeah,
rebuilding
it's like
anyways.
it's only 103 million, right?
Only 103 million.
Yeah, but for 4 years, that's
What was
a
it?
pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah. So it's like 20,
Yeah.
25. Yeah. I mean,
But
I'm
yeah,
really excited.
I agree with you, Tonk. I think it goes through San Francisco, and it's going to come down to whether or not Brock Purdy
Yeah.
can get it back online or Trey Lance. Does all those picks they traded away? To me, Trey Lance is a phenom. He's a phenom.
He looked good. He's looked good in preseason so far.
He's a monster.
Because I don't
freak.
have confidence in Arizona, and I don't know how LA is going to look.
LA
this season. The
is
Rams.
still on the shitter, dude. They're still in the
We'll
shitter.
see.
right
I
now.
mean, I believe in the head coach, and I know their quarterback is good, but we'll see. I just think it's going to be a toss-up between Seahawks and Niners, depending on Brock Purdy, honestly. But even though I think we could be second, I think we can at least be second in the West in
listen,
that division.
Seahawks win 9 games, they're going to the playoffs. It's a done
Oh.
deal. The NFC is top heavy to say the least, in middling everywhere else. They'll make it in.
Who's in their division?
Seahawks, Rams, Niners, and Cardinals.
Cardinals, yeah.
Cardinals are a
Yeah, I
shit
kinda
show
think-
right
And
now.
I just don't have faith in Kyler Murray and the Cardinals,
Nobody
especially like
does.
after that debacle with the contract and like making it this weird thing. Like, who cares if you have to study in your contract? But there's nothing wrong
He
with
does
that.
because he won't learn. He won't learn the
And it's
fucking
like,
offense.
have
They
you
did
ever?
it.
I
They
mean,
did it to
he's been to
besmirch him.
college, so he knows how to study, right? So like, I don't know. It's just like if that is the issue, then I don't.
Just because you went to college, it does not mean you know how to study.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
Had to go to high school.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, speak for Ohio State when you're talking about college. I don't even worry about it. You just worry about what's going on up there.
I'm just saying, bro. There are players that get free rides even through college, bro.
That ain't
so
no lie.
it happens. That's what I'm saying. Just because you went to college doesn't mean that you know how to study.
Oh yeah.
And then my man Anthony Richardson going to the Colts and it looks like kind of Colts are, I think, going to kind of look like the Ravens when it comes to this. I'm really excited for Anthony Richardson. I'm glad that he's getting the position. He seems like he still wants to learn a lot.
They really need to do their due diligence with their quarterback.
They need to protect him though.
I think protecting him isn't going to be a problem because I think he can run away from anybody. The thing I'm worried about with their team is, look, they're going to be able to run all over on anyone at any given time with that quarterback doing what he does. And he can throw it 80 yards.
Yeah,
the kid's got a fucking cannon, but they need to really hone that kid's mechanics and his touch on the ball. That's going to be the only way he can improve his accuracy. If he can figure it out and do what Lamar did, do what Josh Allen did, it's a wrap.
I'm going to take the hot take and say that Anthony Richardson is not the next Lamar Jackson, and they won't be like the Ravens. He's going to be the first Anthony Richardson. I think he has the talent, and I think with their coach that they have, which I believe was the Eagles coach. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's the coordinator.
He was their coordinator. That's what I mean. He's from the Eagles, though, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I think
he's going to have a big turnaround.
He's going to sit him down and maybe kind of develop him similar to what they did with Jalen Hurts. Yeah. So Jalen Hurts wasn't the perfect quarterback right off the go, and look at him now. He's like a fantasy dream. If you play fantasy football,
if he didn't get injured,
that's true. That's true. But he's really efficient with the stats and everything. I think they'll sit him down. They'll figure out what works for him, and then in addition to that, they sharpen up his skills, and he becomes a little bit more accurate thrower. Even Josh Allen. I hate to bring up the Bills, but Josh Allen had the worst accuracy in the world coming out of college. You know what I'm saying? They were saying his accuracy was all over the place.
Yeah, I didn't.
Look at him now. I mean, the Colts have a future with Anthony Richardson.
I don't know, man. You need to throw that man into the fire. He needs to be trial by fire.
I mean, playing in the AFC South, you got the Texans.
Oh, I didn't mean like sit him down. I'm talking about when they're talking to him and how they want to develop him. I didn't mean like I do believe that honestly, some of these quarterbacks should sit a year and learn before they actually hit the field. Even Mahomes sat almost an entire season. I think he played one game, right? His first year. And now look at him. He's the best quarterback.
No, I mean, I absolutely, if I had the option, I would say not to play Richardson his rookie season as a starter. I just don't think that's a good idea for any quarterback. But I mean, it's just how the NFL is a lot these days. I mean, they do that often, but Colts need something because they need something. And then playing in the South, AFC South against Houston, I don't have any faith in them.
Yeah, Houston
Jags.
The Jags are a good team. That'll be the only thing they got to contend with.
And then the Titans, you can't ever count out the Titans because
you can't because they got Derek fucking Henry. That's the only reason why.
Don't forget the coach too.
Wide receiver, and they had a
Vrabel too.
Quarterback.
Vrabel. I like the head coach. So I don't know. The AFC South is going to be tough too. It's going to be tough, except for the Houston.
So I see you also have Wilson on here, that's going to be an interesting storyline.
Oh, right. I totally skipped over him. Like that.
It's going to be an interesting storyline because I mean they spring for the new head coach.
If Sean Payton
they
can't
convince
do
him to come out of
something,
retirement. Are you kidding me?
I mean, Sean Payton is good with dealing with quarterbacks that aren't super tall. So
and not super, laser arms. He did it with Breeze, and
Breeze was the most accurate passer ever.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a laser. He's a great accurate passer, timing, touch. He don't have arm strength like these other top tier quarterbacks do. He was just super efficient and he could heave it. Also, another thing, is he trying to rewrite history again? Because everyone was out on Breeze after the Chargers let him go. The Dolphins were interested. They didn't get him, and he brought Breeze in. That was the guy that was going to operate his system. Is that same thing going to happen with Wilson? Can he catch lightning in a bottle twice? That is an interesting storyline to pay attention to. You should save these talking points list, Tonk, and at the end of the season,
see how it is.
We'll bring this exact same thing up.
I mean, I have it written down.
So. Yeah, we'll talk about where these story points went, or maybe even like a mid-season and then an end season type of thing. This will be because these are great points right here.
Yeah, no, that's why I chose him, because I think these are like the headline stories of
massive storylines, bro. Massive storylines. I mean, think about it too with the Broncos. Even if they get it figured out to some degree, they've got fucking Patrick Mahomes to deal with in their division. They've got a young,
and the Chargers
with their young team that's on the up and up with a decent quarterback.
AFC is so stacked, man.
AFC's fucking ridiculous,
and look, Josh Allen got injured last season. The quarterback of the Chargers got injured last season.
Herbert.
Yeah, he was injured. He had fractures to his ribs. It happened early in the season.
Yeah,
too.
he did. Bro. I was the 49ers playing
he played through it though. He played through it though.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if
49ers hit him, it was dirty.
Injuries are going to happen, but like there was a lot of injuries last season to players, and it's a topic that Ali and I are going to talk about soon. So I mean that factors into it, because if the Chargers are taking off with that quarterback, I mean, the AFC is going to be stacked this season, man.
It's ridiculous.
And these talking points are going to be awesome for later.
It's unfair. It's unfair how loaded the AFC is.
I know,
right
it's crazy.
It really is.
It's insane. And for me, growing up, I always looked at the NFC as like the dominant.
Well, because
I still do.
It goes back and forth.
Because
weird.
Brent, when we were growing up, younger, watching football, it was the Cowboys, it was
49ers.
the Packers,
the 49ers.
It was the Niners. Yeah. It was those teams with the power running game and the efficient quarterback play. Now it's a pass-happy league. It's shifted.
Troy. I mean, we used to trade cards. It was Emmett. Did you get Jerry Rice card? Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith.
Yep.
Freaking Steve.
Steve Young. You had it.
Steve Young. I mean, we and Cap, man, we had them cars, man.
Yeah, we did.
We had them cars. So, all right, what we got next?
All right,
and before we go, I just want to say one thing about the Payton is the fact that before in the 2020 season, before Jameis Winston got hurt, he was playing a lot better, and Teddy Bridgewater went on 5-0 winning streak with Payton, Sean Payton. So Sean Payton actually, he brought the best out of a lot of quarterbacks.
I mean, maybe he's a quarterback whisperer. I mean,
not like Adam Gase.
No.
No, it's like Joe Philbin.
Yeah. But that's just what I wanted to bring out too, is that he brought up a lot of.
No, that's great. I'm glad that you did. I didn't even realize that. I just know Sean Payton is a good head coach. I definitely think he can do it. So. And Russell Wilson is, a positive person, so he's always probably ready to try new things and take chances. I mean, he went to North Carolina State. I mean, I'm talking about taking a chance. on a team, and Wisconsin. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see then. I'm so glad football is back. Oh my gosh.
Me too.
Everybody, how happy are we that football?
Oh my god, dude, I can't take it.
Oh
I
my
can't.
god.
I'm so fucking happy.
I know. It's just like, even if we get the XFL, and
I don't give a damn.
we need it. We need it, man. All right. So what we got next? All right. So college basketball games. I went to 3 UW basketball games in January, and it was some of the best. It was so amazing. It was so awesome. It was a smaller arena because it's a lower budget, I guess, league compared to the NBA. And just, if you haven't gone to professional basketball games, go. It is. There's so much action. I mean, we get that watching it on TV, but seeing it in person, it's amazing. I went to the NCAA, the women's tournament, Sweet 16 here in Seattle. I took my grandfather, and I got to see UConn, Ohio State. I can't remember the other 2 teams, but it was a lot of fun. It wasn't that expensive, and then regular season tickets for UW, or even University of Miami, University of Orlando. UCF, USF. Like, go! It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of action, and it's a lot of fun. It's so much different in person than it is on TV. And I've been to NBA games, but the stadiums are way bigger. You're way farther away. So it's just, you're a lot closer to the game, and it's amazing.
For me, the atmosphere is different. The atmosphere is like completely different at a college basketball game compared to some of the other sports that are out there. I mean, to be honest, and lo and behold, I'm not an Ohio State basketball fan. Actually, I like a different university, to be honest. I'm a Duke fan for college basketball. I'm a Duke fan.
What a traitor.
Coach K all the way, baby.
This guy has no loyalty.
I'm Rock Chalk Jayhawk. I'm a Jayhawks fan in college basketball.
Okay.
All
Rock Chalk
You blue. All right, Blue Buds.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start calling you the Blue Buds.
No, but for real, if you go to a college basketball game, the atmosphere is different.
It's amazing.
The crowd is a lot more into the game. They make a lot more noise, and it's just different. It's different than what you see like at a professional football game. You know what I mean? It's more.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy season tickets to this season coming up. It was that awesome. I had that much fun. I went to 3 games just in January, and but yeah, it's pretty much, there's a lot of colleges in Florida that have a lot of sports. So, and it's not expensive to go, and it's a really nice way to support. It's things to do. It's fun. And it's a lot of interaction. And if all the followers we got on here, subscriptions we got on here, there's so many sports in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got next?
Boom. Supporting.
All right. So, I wanted to bring this up because as safety increases in the NFL, I think we're getting closer and closer and closer to flag football. Mm-hmm. So the more, in my opinion, the more we support it, the closer that, so like, try to picture the NFL or football, tackle football, as like as best as it can possibly be. That'll probably be the closest to flag football as far as like impact and injuries. So the more that we support youth football, flag football, and getting these kids to be a little older before they start impact football, tackle football, it could breed out a better league of tackle football than we have now. And I actually, when I wrote that last night, I looked up flag football around here, and they have games that are starting at the end of September. And I'm going to start going to those games because I was like, I need to walk the walk and talk the talk on this one.
So Tonk, I you know me, I always played football growing up.
Growing
too.
up, we were young.
And I started at 7.
Yeah.
And you know, my son's now in tackle football. He's 10, going to be 11 in October. But I wanted to get him in at 7, you know, as early as he could. But I held off. He did do a year of flag football, and now he's in tackle football at 10 and 11. So I held off at least a couple more years. But there is something to consider when these kids go against other kids. They're going against kids. You know what I'm saying? But there used to be age and weight limits. Now there's just age limits. Dude, there's a kid on my son's team that is bigger than I am. And I should bigger than me. Now I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but this kid's way bigger than me. Like he's like 6'1" and he's 11. He's 11.
Yeah.
So there, and he's not like a little scrawny little rail 6'1". He's like a, you know, starting left tackle for Ohio State, fucking 6'1". Okay. He's a big kid, but he's still learning. He's still a kid. So there is something to it. I agree with you. They should, you know, there is something else that they're doing too, is those 7-on-7 leagues that they have where there's no offensive line and the guys don't wear full pads. They wear like these shirt pads and like helmets and just mouthpieces. They don't have face masks on them. They got a lot of that going. So there is some other stuff. Like it's like contact flag football, the 7-on-7 leagues, which I think is wise.
I've never heard of it. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you gotta check them out. It's huge, now.
It's starting to become
it's just because I want football to last forever. Like
it
for
will.
The rest of my life, I want it to last, but I want the players to last too.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I don't want to last.
I want these guys to leave it all out there on the field, but I don't want them to not be able to go home either. You know,
I have
a
different.
The best way that
this,
I can actually engage in that and be a part of it is by supporting these other leags.
Sure.
And the same as the XFL. Like I had season tickets in 2020. I went to 3 games this season. That keeps the players that couldn't make it to the NFL or the players that are done with college, keeps them playing. So
yeah, it does.
And it wasn't that expensive. I mean, the games were, I think, like $25 each. So, you know, it's just, as a sports fan,
I used to
there's
go to
so many
arena
things
football.
that you can do that aren't that expensive. You know, if you want to keep the sport alive, we just got to support it. What were you going to say, Ali?
So I have a little bit different take. I was going to go over some of this on our Broken Take episode, so I won't give all the tidbits. But what I will say is that I will argue that the injuries that you see now are being manipulated based on rule changes in the NFL that have transpired over the last couple of years. And the reason I say that is because when players come into the league and your seasons, you know, let's say you're a 4 or 5 year seasoned player now, you get used to how things are done. And when you change or tweak something, it changes how that player plays the game, right? How he wraps up, where he wraps up on the body, you know, where he's allowed to hit you. And it's a harder transition to change to that when you're already like prime seasoned in the middle of your career in the NFL than it is going through the youth leagues and going through flag football and stuff like that. So my opinion is that some of these changes that they make is having a negative effect, but at the same time, I think that the rules need to be across the board with NFL, college, and high school. I think the rules have to be across the board to get it to work in the long run. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not just the how you tackle and what's considered a late hit or not, or, you know, what's a legal hit on the quarterback or not. I'm talking about the rules of the game. Everything needs to be the same for you to get that type of, you know, training built into these, you know, football players that want to, you know, make this a career. You know, you know, like, for example, I'll just give you an example. When they first made the rule where when you hit a quarterback, you basically it had to be somewhere around the waist. You had to get him. That was an adjustment period, you know, for players. They had to figure out how fast and how quickly they can adjust their body to wrap up properly. You know what I mean? And there's been cases where they wrapped up the person that way but that person or the quarterback or somebody got injured. You know what I mean? And I think part of it is because how this game is played. When you mess with that, especially when someone's been doing it a certain way their entire career, I think it can become dangerous. That's why I'm saying I get why we're making these changes and I agree with them, but make it across the board. Force colleges and high school to change their rules so it's the same. So as they come through the program and they already have it embedded how to wrap up properly so they don't injure themselves or the other players.
I know they're doing that for youth football, though. They're imposing these new rules.
I'll say this again about the youth football. It's completely different than how I play.
Yeah.
These kids can't. They're not training tackling like they used to. They certainly don't hit like they used to. It's a lot more teaching them the operations of an offensive line, off defensive line. They do a lot more education in the skill positions and actual operations of the game, which is good. But they're not really. They're taking a lot of the hit out of it, and that's fine. I get it. It's cool. It makes sense. We do want longevity. I do hear what you're saying though, that when they quote unquote took the head out of the game, you notice what we're seeing now is a lot of neck injuries.
Yeah,
these guys are trying
exactly
to avoid that. Trying to avoid that head-to-head contact, which obviously, but we're seeing a lot of neck injuries now because they're trying to get their head out of the play, and it's exposing your nerves all to your neck, and we're seeing some of that. So it's an unfortunate part of the game, but you know what? To be a gladiator, you got to get in there with the lion.
Well,
and shout out to Doc Brown. I know you're watching, former Houston Oiler. I definitely agree. It is a violent sport. And it is, and you know that's part of the entertainment. That's what makes pro football so entertaining. Is the violence?
Well, I know
it's part of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I think with training at an earlier age, let it be in Pee Wee leagues or or in high school and in grade school and stuff. I think with better like training and keeping the rules the same, I think in the long run you'll have a lot less of these injuries. But I do understand what you're saying. When they tweaked it, you're getting different types of injuries. You just move the injury to a different part of the body. That's pretty much what you did.
So, but you know what?
It's a huge
stinger, a stinger in my neck, so my brain can think and make my hands work. It is what it is. We're only gonna know more as the years go on. They're always going to try to do everything they can to make the game safer. I just don't want to see them make the game suck.
That's I know. I agree. That's why I was saying support these other leagues that are trying these different ways so that we learn from.
Ain't never wrong to learn some shit, dog. I don't give a damn what it is.
I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for my education.
That ain't no lie.
And to Ali's point about the college, I think that's why their biggest focus is on targeting. As soon as you get hit with a target call, you're out for the game. So they're trying to avoid that helmet to helmet thing in the college.
Yeah, they change it where they have to review it now. It has to be reviewed now, right?
Yeah, they review it now.
There was so many targeting calls that weren't necessarily targeting, so that's why I was inquiring if they changed that.
You ready for the next one?
Absolutely. And I looked up the website. The website's changed a little bit, so it took me a second to figure that. Actually, I stopped once we started talking in the back room. But I found. Let's see, what did I find?
So real quick for everybody who's new to TMI Tuesdays, it's a reoccurring theme on the show on Tuesdays where Tonk goes and he finds a cause for cleats that he wants to just shed some light on, because cause for cleats is an amazing thing that the NFL does. And Ali and Color were picking it up sometimes in top of the tailgate, keeping it alive.
We do every time, actually.
Oh,
yeah, we do every time, and it's something
a great thing to
from
support
TMI Tuesdays. So just so you know,
it's a great thing to support, man. Never a wrong thing to support some shit like that, boys.
Nope.
Yeah, and it's good that they do it, because they have to while they're playing in the NFL, they if they start a foundation that they start themselves and fund it, they can afford it at the time, and then get people involved, and then the foundations help the ones that is aimed for it. So today I picked. Now, usually when I would find the cause on the NFL website, it would explain it a little bit, but that's not.
No,
what
they
I
give you the
found
name. You have to
today.
go. You have to go.
Yeah,
research for it.
and I didn't get as far today as looking it up, but so I was like, oh, let me do the Chiefs since I just won a Super Bowl, and it's George Karlaftis, number 56, and his organization is called Canine Companions. So it's probably about animal shelters, lost animals, maybe spay and neuter programs, or abandoned dog programs. But we have a lot of that in this country. And so whenever I see organizations like that, I know them to work well. I've known people that worked at organizations like that, and I know people that still do. And it's a lot of work. These organizations, a lot of the people that run them volunteer a lot of their time and a lot of their own money, and they take in dogs and cats all over the place. So there's a lot of heart that goes behind these organizations, and that's why I chose this one. It's called Canine Companions. So I don't know if it's just in Missouri, Kansas City, but that is the cause for cleats I chose for today.
Do you want more information about it, or do you got it?
Sure. No, go right ahead.
All right. So you can go to canine.org is the website if you'd like more information, or you'd like to donate or find locations or what services they provide. Canine Companions is leading the service dog industries, so our clients and their dogs can live with greater independence. We provide service dogs to adults, children, and veterans with disabilities, and facility dogs to professionals working in healthcare, criminal justice, and educational settings. Since our founding in 1975, our dogs and all follow-up services are provided at no cost to our clients. Independence should be limited to those who look or live a certain way. This shouldn't be. Disability reaches all races, classes, and backgrounds, and Canine Companions will too. Clients come to Canine Companion because of our reputation, the quality of our dogs, the experience of training staff, and the desire to lead life with greater independence. We are committed to providing services to all qualified clients. For more information, go to canine.org. You can donate, volunteer, and see more services that they provide.
Nice. They might even use dogs that were used as drug sniffing dogs that had to be retired, because when marijuana became legal in states, you can't untrain a dog to not smell for marijuana. So they had to just retire all of those dogs. Isn't that crazy? You can't untrain him.
Why wouldn't they ship them to these other states that are not so liberal?
Don't be saying legal marijuana is a bad thing.
No, but if that's the case, if you're right about that, they can't untrain to learn to smell marijuana. The medical marijuana people are going to be barked at constantly. You know what I'm saying?
They just retire the dog. That's
kind of sad.
Or maybe give them to organizations like that, because the dog is highly trained. So I don't know, but I'm just saying that might be one of the dogs that they,
just don't give them to a weed smoker.
He'll be barking. He'll be sitting in the corner
all the time.
They train him to sit down whenever they find a dog. So he's just constantly sitting.
Dog's dragging his ass.
You know what Color and I learned
dragging his
about
ass all over
canines?
because weed everywhere.
Me and Color learned about canines recently that they actually make CBD and medical marijuana treats for dogs. I did not know this.
They make everything. They got beer for dogs. They got ice cream.
I know they have ice cream. I've seen that.
I went to a dog's birthday party here in Seattle, and they had a cake, and it was crazy. They had balloons and stuff, and I was like, I know I'm well in Seattle, because none of us have kids, and we're having a birthday party for a dog. And we're all in our
Yeah.
30s. I was like, this is definitely Seattle. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a culture thing, but it's good because I'm even considering getting a dog eating because I work from home, so I'm home all the time.
Hey man, if it's
Right.
an excuse to party and drink beer, I'll host a
Yeah. I was like, all right, I even brought my grandpa.
Hey, happy birthday, dog!
Yay! Made you
Yeah,
and a keg. You can't have none though.
we got slobber lager over here.
Slaver.
So you've got. I've missed y'all for the next thing.
All right, so I just that was just I wanted to just have a take and let y'all know that I've missed you. I missed the panel, I've missed the fans, I've missed the people commenting. I've missed being on here, and I just want to let y'all know that I have.
Well,
missed
we've
you
been
all.
waiting for you to come home, dog. I told everybody you'd be back. I said, wait till football season kick back around. Tonk will be back around here.
He did say that because I asked about you multiple times, bro.
I
You
said,
can ask
don't
him.
worry. He's coming back. I know he will. I know it too. So
Yeah, man.
about the dog thing, Adrian puts in
Fins
there.
up.
He says they have bitches. So man. So yeah,
So
we're
who
happy to
is-
have you back.
Yeah.
Who is the retired football player that was on
Oh,
here?
Reggie, Doc Reggie
Dr.
Brown.
Reginald Brown. Yeah.
Yeah, he
used to play for the
played for the
Oilers.
Houston Oilers. He played alongside Warren Moon, bro.
Yes, he did.
What?
Yeah, dude, I
Yep.
asked
Grew
multiple
up in
questions.
Miami.
Bro. I was
That's
for the
old
Oilers.
school quarterback right there.
Dr. Reggie is a
Warren
homie. He's a
Thank you for
super
very
awesome
straight
guy.
up nice guy.
Super
Nice.
approachable, regular cat.
I mean, we must be
he's-
doing good. We got ex-NFL players.
Oh,
watching
yeah.
our show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's legit. Like, no, I didn't think that we weren't that good, but it's.
There's quite a few. There's quite a
Yeah.
few that watch the program. Word's gotten back to me on some other people too.
I mean,
Last
hey,
night,
man, we're
Crypto had
making
someone
our
watching his
ways,
show.
and I mean, plus, we just have we have our
Got an
different
all-star
shows
team
here.
ourselves. God
Yeah,
damn
man.
it! You know what I'm saying? Got an all-star team already. What you mean?
And by the way, I just confirmed I'm going to be doing a pre-recorded episode of offensive lineman 1-on-1 with Richmond Webb.
yes.
Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday.
I can't wait for it. Shake.
Who is
I
that?
can't-
That's gonna be a
Richmond
blast.
Webb. So Richmond Webb, a
Future
freaking-
Hall of Famer, best offensive tackle
future-
we've ever had.
should be
Yeah.
should
Oh,
be
he
a,
played
he
for the
should
Dolphins.
already be a Hall of Famer to be
Nice.
real.
Times over. Yep.
That's great,
Yep.
man. Congrats.
Yeah.
Got some other guests coming up in the next 2 weeks too around here.
Yeah, I watched
I put in chat. We'll keep
the
those
group
keep
chat.
those a secret. We'll keep those a secret.
Yeah, for
Lots
sure.
of exciting stuff coming around here. This is going to be not just the Dolphins season, but our season. That's what it is.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
going to be our season as well. You had
So,
Oh,
the last time I was on with Color, he showed me the website,
yeah.
and it is phenomenal. So
is.
I don't know if you could put it in the comments or not.
I
the
can. I'll
link,
pull it-
but just
I'll pull
check
it
it
up.
out. We got a whole bunch of stuff on there. Soon we're gonna have my symbols on there, because to see other people's symbols on some playing cards and not mine is
Cool.
is a little blasphemy, because I don't believe any of y'all can beat me at spades. I don't believe any of y'all
Oh, I don't
can
know
beat
about
me
that,
at
dog.
spades.
I'll take your clothes off the back of you with
Dude,
some spades,
you
dog.
don't want none. I'm gonna
I'll
be
kill
in
it.
Orlando. You know when I'm gonna be there.
I might have to
I'm gonna
come
be
and
in
take
Florida
your money.
starting next week too. And I
Whoa,
might,
whoa, whoa!
I
You're
might
going to be in
even-
Orlando?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Orlando from like the 4th to the 6th or 7th.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be there with my grandfather. But I'm
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
hanging
I
out
go to
doing- no,
Orlando
but-
a lot. That's why I said,
Well, come on up, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there. I'm visiting some friends, and then hopefully I'll see Capitan. I might even meet Shake Money when I'm on the West Coast in St.
Hell
Pete.
yeah.
So I'm trying to see as
Fucking
many people as I can.
Lewis lives right over there, too.
yeah.
Lou. He's
Yeah,
right
so
over
I'm
there.
gonna be venturing around. I'm gonna have a rental car, and I'll have my grandfather with me for that trip, for that side of the trip. But my grandfather is the coolest dude you ever meet. So that's like having just another one of us.
One of the
As,
fellas.
as a matter of fact,
I
we'll go to
know.
Twin Peaks. We'll go to Twin Peaks in Fort Myers.
There you go. So
Man, we just made that a staple, didn't we, Shake? Twin
as
Peaks.
per request through Tonk, when you come to the homepage at tftgnetwork.com,
Oh yeah, here it is.
you have the ticker coming down, letting you know how many days until the season opener.
Nice.
You scroll down, it's got a little bit of the merch and a link to the merch store, a little bit of the stuff.
Got a bunch of stuff on there.
Oh my God,
bunch of stuff on there.
Stuff.
Just
Show you
check
some
it
of
out.
the highlights of the videos, linking you straight to YouTube. Also, another feature that we have here. Well, you got the shop feature. You go here, you can see, I mean, all of our affiliates, everything like that. Also, our links to well, hold on, there, popping me up. Our links to Fanatics and what things are on sale there. The blogs page where you come down, and we're going to get everybody on here. This will allow us to put articles together that you guys can read, which you
can click on mine and there should be some there. Actually.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here, look, boom. You got Ali. Pull up the article. He's got a couple of articles he has had written up on here. There's 5 of them now. So yeah, and that will be put into practice here in the future a lot too. Also, a feature that I had renewed with HB is the Dolphins news. So you come straight down here, and this gives you readily available to Dolphins news all the latest articles, all from around the NFL that are pertaining to the Miami Dolphins. So, and I mean, you got sporting news. It can change to other stuff.
It's a dope website. It's a dope website. Like,
it's got top news stories, tech news, if tech's your kind of thing, just all kinds of good stuff for you. And then, an ability to reach out to us and have some messages, and you can get in touch with HB and he'll relay it to me and stuff like that. So really, we put together a state-of-the-art website, not just for the store. And listen, this is just, this
is crazy different than how it was like a year ago.
It's only the beginning of how we want to use the website.
Yeah, it's a lot on there.
Shout out to Michael K. 5 years.
You for that.
Lewis's son might be living in Buffalo. Damn, dude, this guy.
Cold day in hell, man.
Yeah,
Cold
dude,
day in hell.
So Lewis, aka the Rabid Dolphin, his son, he's going to be going to college next year. He's got offers from USF. He's got offers from some other schools. He just got an offer from the Gators. So, we'll see how much he rocks it out.
He's going to be resurrecting that dead program.
I'm telling you, the kid's on the up and up. He plays DB. He's really, really
USF?
feisty. And so we'll see where he ends up. But if he ever goes and Lord willing can make it to the big leagues and get drafted in the NFL, we're going to do everything we can to not have him land in Buffalo. That's
or
just
the Jets.
Or the
He
Jets.
might be living in Buffalo.
Or New England.
Yeah,
Wow.
those 3 teams.
Be careful what you wish for. He might end up in New England.
If he ends up in New England or wherever, I just pray that he takes them to the cleaners.
The Rabid Dolphin's going to be the Rabid Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
I could see him
That
playing
little
for
Rabid
Seattle, to be
Patriot.
honest.
Oh
yeah,
my
come
God.
on out here. Come on out here.
He got that Legion of Boom in him.
Come on out here.
He's got that Legion of Boom in him, that's for sure.
Thank you, everybody in the comments. We got Miss Fins, what's up? How you? Long time no see. Adrian, delusional Patriots fan. Joe Riss. Is that the same Joe Riss that's on my Facebook? I want to say it might be the same Joe Riss that's on my Facebook. Let's see. Dolphins Realtor. Pseudo Spike. Oh, Pseudo Spike. My bad. Thank you for everybody chiming in. This is why we do it.
And so everybody make sure to check out all the great programming we have here on the network. You got Capitan, you got Color, you got Ali, you got Shake, you got Lou, aka the Rabid Dolphin, you got KP, you got Crypto, and return of Tonk with TMI Tuesdays. I mean, guys, we're gonna be putting it in. Cash App, Venmo, support the show. Super chats like Michael K always work as well. and hit the join button, become a member of the channel. We appreciate all of our members. We love our members. They're the lifeblood of the program. Check out the website, check out the affiliates at Fanatics, check out the affiliates at Backroom Collections, check out the affiliates at W Energy Drink, all available at the homepage, all available on the website. Use offer code TFTG to get some good stuff. Go by the store, get yourself the smell of victory in your house. Cheap home candle, TFTG crafted. I mean, listen, this is the thing you want to give to your wife if you're in the doghouse. Smell up the place something nice, and make her happy at the same time, and make yourself happy by supporting the program. So yeah, guys, great show. We'll be back on TMI Tuesday next Tuesday. We got tons of action-packed every day on the network, guys. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way out, and also hitting the notification bell. Don't forget to hit that bell, because we got stuff dropping all the time. Bro, I'll tell you guys backstage, but I got some stuff coming. I'll see y'all later. Fins up, everybody.
Peace.
We'll see you guys.
Fins up.